is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today we got some big Dragon Ball FighterZ news. Well, it's not really news anymore since the leaks happened actually last V-Jump, but we got final confirmation that hit Beerus and Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black are coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and we'll get the scans to go along with it to break down the moves and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into these three characters. As always, I want to first give credit first. I'm getting these skins directly from Gematsu.com. In a couple hours, or by the time this video goes live, I'm sure Shonen Games is also going to have a translation breakdown for everything you see in these scans, and have also high quality scans as well. So I'll have all that updated in the description below as well. So keep an eye out for that. But without further ado, let me ask you a question first. Between Hit, Beerus, and Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, who are you most excited to play as and why? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about Beerus. First and foremost, he has high stats all around, which is kind of a given. I mean, he's the guy of destruction, one of the best fighters in the Dragon Ball world. It makes sense to give him A1 stats. But what threw me off the most was the fact that we have a different and more unique moveset than in the past games. Now, to be fair, by the time Beerus was first announced, all they had to go off, the developers, all they had to go off was the Battle Gods movie, which is a brief fight between him and the Z Warriors, as well as the fight with Goku, which didn't even really last that long. So it's really hard to kind of create a character that hasn't really done anything yet. But at this point, Beerus in the anime and in the manga has already fought several times. We've seen him do a bunch of crazy stuff against the Gods of Destruction in the Dragon Ball Super manga. We've seen him fight against his brother Champa. We've seen him even do a different fight in the anime version of the Battle Gods movie. So he's done a lot. So there's a lot to go off of when creating this character now, as opposed to back then when they had literally nothing. Beerus' meteor special attack is the God of Destruction Judgment, which seems to go from a throwing technique to a headshot rush attack. He can also use Spheres of Destruction, which creates spheres that explode when they touch the enemy. Now, if you guys remember in the anime, he made those like atom-like sphere ball attacks that he was kind of kicking around and playing around with like it was nothing. And the second they touched Goku, they blew up. We didn't see that in the Battle Gods movie, and we also have not seen it in any other game yet. The big question I had when they first leaked Beerus a couple weeks ago was whether or not he'll have the giant sphere of destruction, which is the big orange sun essentially he makes and throws at Goku. And since I don't see it in the scans, I don't think we'll see that. But that's not a bad thing. What's good about this is the fact that this Beerus is probably going to be one of the most unique Beeruses yet so far, and it's going to be based off a fully fleshed out Beerus that we've seen in the anime, and the manga, and in the movie, which is a good thing. Now let's talk about his level 3 ultimate real fast. So, based on how Gematsu worded it, it seems to be a command grab. I don't want to confirm it because, again, I don't know until I see gameplay myself, but it says his level 3 God of Destruction Judgment seems to go from a throwing technique to a headshot rush attack. And if that's the case, that's going to make Beerus so much more dangerous. Now, with Trunks, I was kind of iffy about whether or not it was going to be that useful, and it is. The thing about Trunks is it's a really, really fast move. If you have the key, the bars for it, and you're close up to your opponent, you can counter many, many times with the Heat Dome and do a lot of damage and just tear down into your opponent's health. If that's the case, and this is actually a command grab with Beerus as well, he is going to be dangerous. Not that that's a bad thing, it's amazing, but he's going to be an absolute monster, which again, it makes sense. I mean, Beerus is the God of Destruction. He's got to be fighting on a godlike level, but like, I just want to know how that's going to work out. But again, I don't want to confirm because I don't know if it actually is a command grab. I'm just going off of what's written on Gematsu.com. So once there's actual gameplay and all that good stuff, I will report on that later. But for now, what do you guys think about the fact that his level 3 could be a command grab? Let's talk about it down below. Now let's talk about Hit for a second. Hit is easily one of my most favorite characters revealed in Dragon Ball Super. I love his fight style. I love the fact that he's not necessarily the strongest, but because of how he fights, he's the most dangerous. By being able to control time, hitting your vitals, he's going to pretty much knock out anybody. And we saw him actually do that firsthand when he knocked out Vegeta like it was nothing. Poor Vegeta. With that said, him being revealed in Dragon Ball FighterZ is easily like one of the greatest news we could have gotten in this game since he was first revealed back in May, and he looks absolutely awesome. Hit's special attack is a continue to grow, which stops time and unleashes multiple attacks one after the other. He uses instantaneous attacks and movement as well as strike techniques. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't tell us anything how Hit's character actually functions in Dragon Ball FighterZ. It just tells us how he fights, which we already knew. We know he fights with the time skip. We know he's more of a strike-based character. We know that much. But the question is how does that fit in the Dragon Ball FighterZ realm? And the only thing I can think about is they're all going to be mostly counter-based attacks. Because, like, you can't just freeze time and get free hits. That wouldn't work online. That would just be overpowered and cheap, and then everybody's going to want to play his hit. So the only thing I can think about is he probably has a lot of super attacks, like his level 1s and perhaps even his level 3, that are all going to be counter-based, where if you basically bait your opponent into attacking you when you counter, you pull off a move such as the time skip. That's the only thing I can think about. Now, of course, that's all theoretic for now because I have not seen any gameplay. I'm sure we'll see it in the next couple of days with Jump Festa happening this weekend. But if he is indeed counter-based, he is going to be dangerous. Now, if he is counter-based, I'm going to just tell you right now, just don't be so offensive. Try to be more defensive than offensive. If you keep flying in and they keep countering you and you keep taking damage, that's your own fault. You gotta like adapt to the fight, which is kind of cool because that's basically what Goku had to do when he fought against Hit in the series. You have to kind of adapt to his fight style to overcome his abilities, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But other than that, like, I'm excited for Hit. He is awesome. Now let's talk about probably one of the most flashiest characters in the game, and actually one of the most shocking ones, because he has, number one, he has a interesting partner, which he was kind of already expected, but two, he has a specific move that we in the Dragon Ball community has been wanting to see in the games for a very, very long time. The Scythe. Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Goku Black's meteor special attack is the work of the gods, in which he attacks with a Scythe and follows with a cloning attack, Samasta, Goku Black's true form. Oh, that's really weird that it says that. Also, it appears it can bind the opponent, which we'll get to in a second. So it looks like Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black is indeed in the game. It's not Bootanks. Talking about that again because a couple weeks ago, many people speculated they saw Bootanks in the arcade board, but actually, it was Goku Black. And he does fight with Gematsu, and he does have the Scythe, which is really, really exciting. You know what's a big deal? When they give Rose his own scan. I mean, Hit and Beerus, who are two major characters, have to share a scan, but Rose gets his own one to kind of break down everything he does. First and foremost, I do want to point out that his stats, they seem kind of average. I mean, they're not awful, but they're not like the best. And I feel like because Rose was one of the best fighters in the series so far, he should be a little bit higher, but that's probably done for balancing purposes. I mean, if you think about it, Super Saiyan Rose is literally just Super Saiyan Blue, just his own version of it. On top of that, he has an immortal partner that helps fight along with him. So because of these factors, I feel like his stats should be higher. But again, this is probably done for balancing purposes. As I already mentioned like 10,000 times, he does use a Scythe, but I can't tell if that's going to be part of his super attack, like a level 1 or something, or if that's part of like a grab, or just maybe even an auto combo. So until I see the actual gameplay, it's up in the air, but he has a Scythe, which is exciting. Now, let's talk about Gematsu for a second. Gematsu is going to be a partner, but the question is how involved will he be? When we initially saw 17 and 18, it was cool to see that character, 18, having 17 part of our moveset was very, very unique and made it stand out the most. But the question is what does that mean for the other characters who have the same thing? When Chaozu was revealed, Chaozu I think only has like 1 or 2 moves for Tien, which doesn't make him as in-depth like 17 does. And same thing with the Cyberman for Nappa. I think the Cyberman only has like 1 attack where he pops in and does something, and then that's it. But the question is how involved will Gematsu actually be? Because I feel like if you put him too involved, it could be kind of overpowered, but at the same time, if you under-involve him, it will kind of make it pointless. So I don't really know. I mean, the cool thing to point out, I guess, is the fact that he does have the thing where he kind of holds your opponent down, which allows Goku Black to attack him. If you guys remember, in the anime since he's immortal, he did things like holding Goku down while Black charged a blast and attacked him. He was doing that like all over the place. So as far as how involved is he going to be, I don't really know. But hey, he's definitely part of the level 3 attack, as you can see them charging the giant ki blast, which they fire at XYZ, whoever they're attacking on the screen, which we saw in the anime. And we also see that in the LR Goku Black card on Dokkan Battle. At this point, all we really just need, honestly, is just the gameplay. I just want to see how these characters fight and what they do, and I'm just so excited about this. I mean, these are the 3 characters that I've been talking about for the past couple of months that I've been waiting to get confirmed and revealed, and here we are right now. So I'm just like super thirsty to see how they fight. Now, as far as any other news, we have 2 bits of news. We have the Shenron ability, which we already kind of talked about in the past. The scan says Shenron appears during the battle. The 7 Dragon Balls will gather one by one as you pull up a specific number of combos. You and your opponent share the amount of Dragon Balls gathered. Shenron will appear in battle when certain conditions are fulfilled, and the player who fulfills these conditions will have the wish granted. You can choose from 4 wishes: full HP recovery, teammate revival, additional 1 sparking icon, or constantly recovering HP, which I guess is the immortal body ability. So it's the question I guess people have had about this ability is whether or not it's going to be a mode. I mean, it just has to be. It's just way too experimental to just make it available in every single mode in the game. Let's look at fighters. So in the basic 3v3, what is your one goal? Your goal is to get your opponent's HP down 0, and then that's it. However, in Dragon Ball mode, and if this is available in every single fight in the game, you have 2 goals. The first goal, obviously, would be to get your opponent's HP down to 0, but the second one would be gather the Dragon Balls. Because if you gather the Dragon Balls, you have a huge advantage. You could be losing the fight, you get the Dragon Balls, and next thing you know, you're winning, all because of 1 stupid wish. Now, granted, it's cool that you share the balls between you and your opponent, so if your opponent gets that 1, and you get 6, you can't make the wish unless you can beat the ball out of them. But still, I want this to be tied to its own unique mode, so I can have my 3v3s, and then I can have my Dragon Ball mode later. So again, that's going to be kind of up in the air until they confirm it, but that's just the one thing I saw people talking about, especially in the FGC. So we'll see what happens with that as we get closer to the launch of the game. And finally, and this is like a super cherry on top, by the way, finally, dramatic production. Reproduce famous scenes from a Dragon Ball before and after the battle when certain conditions are fulfilled. And on the scans, we see Yamcha being blown by a Cyberman, and we also see Beerus grabbing Goku when he's fallen in space after their fight in space from Battle of Gods. This is what I'm talking about. This is that detail that I just knew a company like Arc System Works can put together that other companies just couldn't, because for whatever reasons. This is beautiful. So based on how you finish your opponent off, if you have specific characters, like let's say the Father Son Kamehameha, it will trigger the continuation of that cutscene of Cell being like blown up or whatever, or I guess Yamcha being blown up by Cybermen. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Arc System Works, I will name my first child after you for this, because this just got me super hyped. Now the question is of all the scenes in the Dragon Ball universe, what is the most favorite one that you're looking forward to seeing in the most as far as like a finisher? Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, this is hype. Now, Jump Festa is happening this upcoming weekend. We'll probably see trailers and gameplay and all the good stuff, so keep an eye on my channel and I got you in the loop. As of right now, we have 23 characters revealed for Dragon Ball FighterZ. In the past, I did speculate that 32 is probably what we're going to be looking at, but I feel like now it's going to be more closer to like under 30 at launch, probably between 23 and 29, I guess. I don't know if there's gonna be any more surprises. I feel like that, you know, them revealing these 3 characters was kind of like the big news for Jump Festa, so I'm feeling maybe between 24 to 28 at launch now, but we'll see what the actual number is going to be as we get closer to, you know, the release in January. So if you want to speculate your actual launch numbers, feel free to talk about that down below as well. But other than that, the second I hear anything, I got your back. So with that said, make sure you hit that thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll keep you guys in the loop. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Rhymestyle. I'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.